I just want to discuss a few things that I saw from the Lakers game last night. Uh, Yesterday was a pretty good day for basketball. Outside of the Milwaukee game, it pretty much got blown out. It wasn't even a contest at one point. They pretty much locked Giannis up, but I'm pretty sure he'll come back, watch some game film, and figure some stuff out. The Houston Golden State game was actually a good one too. They figured out a way to neutralize James Harden by trapping him pretty much every time he got the ball in bad spots. Like they'll come right as soon as he crossed the half court line, trap. He was in the corner, trap. And they made everybody else make plays. And of course, Houston, outside of James Harden, really don't have too many playmakers. And they settle for a lot of jumpers, which, if you're not hitting them, could be to your detriment. Russell Westbrook shot terribly, but that's what he does on a regular basis. Who else played? The Toronto game was pretty good. Watched Jaylen Brown. He's coming into his own, and he's pretty much saying, "Yeah, I'm worth it. I'm worth that money." I didn't think that he was at first because I was basing it on his production from his previous 3 years, and it didn't look next contract level to me. But hey, people prove us wrong all the time, and I like Jaylen Brown from the jump anyway. And it's still crazy to me how Toronto is still so good at this point. They don't have three of their players. I think Norman Powell was out. Siakam didn't play. And they still were in this game with one of the top teams from the East. And they continue to be one of the top teams in the NBA despite losing Kawhi. They haven't necessarily taken a step back. Although they were winning games without him last year when he was doing load management or whatever. But I figured that this year would be a huge step back. But I knew Siakam would add another level to his game. I did not see Fred VanVleet doing what he's doing. But let's get to this Lakers game. At the beginning of this game, I seen the Lakers were trying to, you know what I'm saying? They were trying to put their stamp on this game. They were up and down. AD was getting the ball. He was getting buckets. LeBron was pretty much coasting, which he normally does in the first half to save himself for the second, and he lets AD and the rest of the team get busy. When LeBron went to the bench, they brought in Kuzma, and Kuzma was playing lights out. Like, he hit like 3 threes, I think. He had a couple of mid-range jumpers. He was attacking the basket, drawing fouls. He was doing what Kyle Kuzma should be doing all year in this game. He was playing like he wanted it. They had the Clippers they had their backs against the wall. They had him down. I got notes right here. 63-51 and a half, right? They was pretty much like, yeah, we doing what we need to do to keep LA a Lakers town. Now, come the second half, the third quarter, things got a bit different. The Clippers went on a run. They went up 35. They went on a 35-23 third quarter. They went on to outscore the Lakers in the third quarter. And what we saw was LeBron not being typical LeBron. They stopped giving the ball to AD, and Kyle Kuzma cooled off. He wasn't as prominent as he was in the first half. Why? I don't know. Whether it was him just losing his first half momentum or the Clippers clamping down. Which it was fine because they were still in the game. At the end of the third, it was 86-86. We back even. It was a game of runs. Everybody knows the NBA is a game of runs. The Lakers went on theirs in the first half. Second half, Clippers went on theirs. They got it back. But in the the fourth quarter, it was pretty much back and forth for the most part. There was a moment where LeBron, I think he hit a long mid-range jumper, and then he hit a three, and it forced the Clippers to call a timeout because they were losing momentum. It was starting to favor in the way of the Lakers. LeBron went to the crowd, pumping the crowd up. Let's go. After that timeout, LeBron didn't keep his foot on the pedal. And we kind of saw, like, AD, I don't know what happened. Like, they weren't feeding him. He wasn't, because I feel like he had the matchups where he could dominate. Like, AD is an exceptional talent. And anytime he wants to take over a game, I believe he can. It's just, will everybody else let him? You know what I'm saying? Because there's nobody in the NBA that can guard him one-on-one. He has a post game. He has the fadeaway. He could take you off the dribble. He can do so much, and he's athletic. And they have Montrezl Harrell guarding him. He has like he's 6'11", a 3 to 4 inch gap in height right there. Montrezl Harrell's strong, but AD has the finesse in his game to counter Harrell's strength, and he has the speed on his side as well. AD. And I felt like the Lakers didn't take advantage of that. I also feel that the Lakers settled for a lot of jumpers and they didn't attack the paint because the Clippers aren't a big team, but the Lakers are. And they have the pieces to dominate the paint. The Lakers didn't do that. And I just want to get to 3 key possessions for the Lakers towards the end of the game. Kawhi, I did see toward in the fourth that Paul George, he got a little bit more aggressive defensively and offensively. He didn't score much, but he was attacking. And you could see it in his face that he wanted to win too. Kawhi, he just stepped on the gas. Like he hit a lot of threes. He hit a lot of fadeaways. Danny Green couldn't guard him. And I don't know why they didn't switch LeBron to him, but that's besides the point. The fourth quarter foul on Anthony Davis and Lou Williams, I didn't like that one. I could see why they called it. It might have been like a safety concern of why he blew the whistle. Normally they don't call that foul, but it was cameraman. Maybe I don't know why they called it. It didn't affect the game too much because he missed the layup, so it wasn't like an and-one situation. But I want to go to 3 possessions. Also, you know what? Patrick Beverly was grabbing every loose ball, every rebound. It was one rebound. He like jumped over Danny Green. I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like this dude wants this W. And he's a dog. Like he don't care who it is. He gonna play defense and he gonna make you make smart decisions. Like, we all know Patrick Beverly's MO. And he put it on just full display last night. But there was 3 possessions by LeBron. One, I forget who was guarding him. It might have been a switch. He drove it might have been Kawhi. I'm not 100% sure, but it might have been Kawhi. He drove to the basket. Now, he could have either gotten the layup or got the foul in the layup, or just got the foul, right? What does LeBron do? He drives, kicks it out to KCP. I understand LeBron's a pass-first player, and he likes to get his teammates involved. But it was like a minute 20 left in the game. You have to attack, and you have to get buckets. KCP is not the right option. He missed that 3. Then there was another possession where he got fouled. And we all know LeBron is he underperforms at the free throw line in pressure situations. We know this, but you're 35. You've been in the league for 17 years. You understand that moment. You have to come through for your team. And then that was the Patrick Beverly possession. Now, we all know LeBron has 6 to 8 inches on Patrick Beverly. He has about 40, 50, 60 pounds on Patrick Beverly. Right? Why didn't he not attack him? Why did he not attack Patrick Beverly and force Patrick Beverly to get the foul? Your team is down 3. There's, I think, maybe 12 seconds left when you catch the ball. Right? You see a little guy in front of you. Your instinct should be, I got to get this bucket. I got to get my team. Because even if they don't foul you, you're going to get the 2 points. And now your team is down 1. You can hope for missed free throws and get the better possession, get a 3-point at that point, after the free throws or whatever. But I felt like you settled for that jumper. And I felt like you bailed the Clippers out. Yes, Patrick Beverly played good D. Yes, Patrick Beverly had quick hands. But Patrick Beverly's hands should have never been an option on that possession. Like, you got to, like LeBron, we know what LeBron can do. We know this. And on that possession, he didn't show it. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know what's going on. But on that possession, with 12 seconds left on the clock, you get to the basket. And also the coach, if you see as a coach, I don't care who it is, that he's about to settle for a jumper, and he's 2 for 12 at that point, call a timeout. Draw up a play to get that 3. Like, I didn't understand that last possession. Well, it wasn't the last possession, but I didn't understand possession at all. And I'm sure the Clippers, the Lakers they probably gonna win the next matchup, because the first matchup, it was first game for everybody, for both teams playing together. And Paul George wasn't there, so I don't really count that one. But of course, in the standings, it makes a difference. I would love to see 7 games of this, because I'm pretty sure Doc Rivers, he could play chess with the Lakers. And I don't know if Frank Vogel can, but I'm sure LeBron is smart enough to counter the Clippers' moves after game 1, game 2, game 3, watching game film. And I believe it'll just be a great series to watch, because I don't see any other teams coming out the West necessarily. There's a lot of good teams. I don't like the way Houston plays. I'm pretty sure, and like even with Houston, like teams are forming different ways to beat them and to neutralize James Harden, and they don't have. They need a third option. They don't have a third option at this point, and they're going to need it, as well as movement and other stuff on offense, because once they neutralize James, he's just the Rockets aren't that good, and we've seen that. But I would love to watch 7 games of the Lakers and Clippers in a Western Conference Finals matchup. It would be fun basketball, because yesterday's game was entertaining nonetheless.